Everybody, what's up? Like I told you, consistency is the key when you're striving for change, right? Lamar Molina here with Marketing PMA, keeping real estate investors in the game. Okay. So I want to talk about something real quick. Guys, when you're making a change and you're really trying to make something happen, you have to focus and drill in. So just the reason to give an example, so I know he'll hear it. There he is, right? So you guys got to understand when you're trying to make a change and you commit to something, you got to commit, right? And I'm going to tell him the story because you're here now. So hold on, let me add him to the stream, right? So I'm talking to him. I'm like, man, you ready? He's like, oh man, I'm making a steak. Give me 20 minutes. I'm like, what? Right? So I'm telling you what's going on. So I was about to just let him know, like, hey man, so here's what's going on. So this is the brother who I'm, trying to get rolling with some steam, right? And he's like, hey man, I need 20 more minutes. I'm cooking steak. And I'm like, what? I was like, bro, you didn't know 30 minutes ago you was gonna be late. You didn't know this, you didn't know that. And I know he texted me back, but I didn't even read it. I was like, hey, I gotta keep the stream going. I got people waiting. So I was 5 minutes late. I'm sorry for that. But I'm just showing you guys how to move forward, even though when things aren't as planned, you gotta keep it trucking.
Yeah.
All right. So, and again, T, you could have had the people watch you make steak and learn. Like that.
Actually, I kind of went back to what you said, when we talked about taking it serious and, committing, like I'm telling you, I'm here, grandma's here, but she don't speak no English and she don't drive.
No English.
Well, I'm English. So, I'm doing what I can. My girl out of town. My daughter's here.
So wifey ain't there either?
Wifey's gone.
Oh boy.
So I'm taking care of everything at this point. So it's
yes, sir.
So
I know.
Now I went back to the videos and I was doing a video with her because she's just bored and she's like, I need some entertainment, Dad. I need to do something. Like, get me out of this house. So I was like, all right, we're gonna shoot these videos and you're gonna learn how to edit your own videos because I'm not gonna sit here and edit these videos no more.
But they'll figure out the computer quicker than you anyway, bro. My son be whooping my tail. He's only 6.
You're 9 years old. You can do it yourself now. So if you want to become, because she always talk about becoming a YouTube star and doing this and that, learn how to edit your videos.
Yeah, man, for sure. So without delay, I won't keep you. We're gonna price out the lead that you got. Do you want to tell the folks how you got the lead, conversation, any of that stuff?
Yeah. So the way I got the lead was through, the leads you give us. Called him, and he was busy doing something, so I didn't get a chance to talk to him about what was going on. I came back in the office the next day. I'm actually working from home, and called him again and reached out to him and told him the services we provided. And he wanted to get some help.
Absolutely. So now this is not the lead on the screen, but I'm going to plug in your lead now. Can you guys see, or can you see the screen pretty clear, T?
Yeah, I can see it.
Prop stream and all that?
Right.
Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to price this lead with T. We're going to go over, the way that we price leads here, because it's important, guys. Like, how can I say this? The script, I'll buy your house, works. It does. We don't do that here, right? We don't go around saying, I want to buy your house. And you could do that. But I'd rather fix your problem and get a house for free. Okay? Or get a house just for fixing a quick problem. Okay? So now, or maybe a loan problem, but either way, I'd rather fix a problem instead of pay for the house.
Yeah. Outright.
Yeah, that's so dumb. So anyway, so let me go ahead and plug in the address here. I've already got it copied into my clipboard. It should just... right? Pine Knot Lane, West Palm Beach. So first thing we do, oh Lord Jesus, look, got woozy. When I see that type of equity, I get woozy. All right, I gotta break it down for there's newbies that'll watch this, right? So guys and girls, right? That's a potential equity we believe that is on the deal with PropStream based on the numbers that they give us. Kind of take with a grain of salt, but could be pretty accurate, right? Full screen. There we go. Okay. So now You click the details button, and this is how you use PropStream, guys, right? This is like good rundown, figure everything out, how to use everything that you need to use, and just keep it moving, right? So this is the property in question. I'm assuming you spoke with Jackie, T. Because I remember you saying, did you speak with, you asked me if I spoke with Jackie. I assume that's who you spoke with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So folks, here's where I'm at right now. The value of the home, estimated value is $319,000. We think there's about equity in the amount of, $202,000. Are you guys with me? Okay.
Yeah.
So now, the one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to see how many transactions have been recorded and from what time frames. You go to mortgage and transaction history. Okay. I see a whole lot of action down here, right? And when did they come into play? What's their last name? All right, so they came into play. They're right here. So this is who you spoke with. And they came into play in 2014. They bought the house. Jackie and Stacy Desard bought the house from Peter Levy. Okay, in 2014. Now it's 2021, and they're in foreclosure. So what is that? 7 years before before they had their great reset, right? So here was the mortgage amount, right? You guys can see here. It was a loan amount for. Oh wow, he's the one that wrote the loan. That's interesting. So this was seller finance, guys. You could learn something here. You could learn something. Lord, right?
Something.
God, I'm gonna get nerdy. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was trying to understand what he was saying. He was like, "Yeah, it's a private finance."
Okay, now I didn't hear this conversation, y'all. I'm using everything in PropStream to decode his financial woes. What do I see here? I see that the Levies bought the property from the bank, or the REO trustee's deed. So the Levies bought it here in 2008, right? And then they did interfamily transfer. And for those who don't know, that just means it stayed in the family. They either gave it to a son, niece, nephew, aunt, divorce, who knows, right? So then the Levies, right? They gave it to whoever they gave it to in their family, right? And then in 2014, Peter, and I'm going to assume it's Peter, yeah, because Peter B, so he probably took his wife off of it, or whoever Dale is. I'm not going to touch that one. Dale was taken off of the mortgage, I assume. Peter became the lender and gave a private mortgage to Jackie and Stacy. Any questions, T?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I understand.
Okay. So this now, go ahead.
No, this Levy Dale guy, I'm just trying to figure out who he was.
It doesn't matter. That's the lender.
Okay.
He was the lender, bottom line. So he gave him a loan for 360 months. That's 30 years. And what's that amount there? Let me see. And the loan amounts for $135,000. Okay, guys?
Okay.
No, excuse me. The loan amount was for 165. Forgive me. The loan amount was for 165. He must have put down 30, and that's why the amount financed was 130,000.
Wow.
Okay, if I'm reading that correctly. Now, we know he's in foreclosure. Let's go there. Click the pre-foreclosure details tab. Look what we have here, folks. March 26, 2021. That's the date the list pendants was recorded. Oh, this is where it gets good. I guess we figured out who Peter Levy is. He's an attorney. I love doing this crap. He's an attorney. And guess who writes a lot of private mortgages? Attorneys do. That's who write private mortgages. Look, attorney and trustee is who, Terrell?
That's Peter Levy.
And where have you seen that name before?
On original documents.
On what original document?
On the PropStream.
Well, what's the name of the document where you saw his name?
The lease pending?
Yes. Well, not really. Okay, I'll go back here. So mortgage transactions. So let's get you educated, right?
Okay.
You're looking at mortgages. This is the mortgage history.
Yeah,
These are
the
mortgages,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Like, I mean, you can't be confused by when we're talking about who bought what and who sold what to who,
Right.
right? You got to kind of know. We got to be talking about a document that's showing ownership. That's the mortgages and the deeds, man. Got it?
Yeah. Right.
So where did we see his name?
On the mortgage transaction.
On the mortgage transaction. And where else did we see his name? There was a specific, he was a specific party in one transaction. And what was he in that party?
The lender.
He was the fucking lender. And before he was the lender, if we look at this deed in 2008, when he came into the property, this is where you usually see scumbag attorneys, right? Somebody was going through some shit, right? Which was Rose and Deborah, right? They were going through some shit, right? And it looks like there was an well, maybe they weren't going through some shit. It was an interfamily transfer from Deborah Rose to Pete Levy, right? Interfamily. But here it says REO and trust deeds. That's what makes me think there was an issue. REO stands for real estate owned, guys. That's what it's called when it goes back to the bank after a foreclosure, when the bank takes possession. And hence why you would have him involved at this point, right? She lost the property. Deborah and Craig lost the property. This scumbag gets involved, puts it into a trust. Right? And maybe he did it for the bank or not, but bottom line, we know who ended up owning the property. This fool still has the property. He gave a loan to who? He gave a loan to them. And what is he back to do? Foreclose on the property again. Isn't that genius, folks? Think about that. Think about what I'm telling you, T.
Yeah, now 2 family members. It went from one family member to the next one, and he still has control of the property.
Thank you. Like, look, Deborah and Craig Rose had the property in 2007. Okay. They still have it in 2008, but it has a trustee's deed and an REO trust deed, which usually means it went back to the bank, right? And guess who was controlling it and who the buyer was at that point? Peter. Now that Peter owns it, Peter can do whatever the hell he wants. Peter decided to sell it with private money because he's an attorney and he knows, just like me and the rest of the private bankers, we tell y'all not to do it because we know what we're doing. But Peter is being a private banker and said, you know what? Don't worry. Can't afford anything. You can borrow money from me directly. No, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. You don't even need a job. Come on, sit down. That's what he told him. And he was right. So now let's see who's foreclosing on that ass. They won't show it here. Where did I just show? Oh, right here. Trustee for the foreclosure. If I Googled this address, it'll probably go to his law office. Got it?
That's nuts.
Do you see how they do it? How I do it? When you can play around with the courts, you can do what the fuck you want. Okay? Sorry, I get passionate, but I'm trying to show y'all this is bigger than I want to buy your house. Bitch, you better become a private banker and know how to do all this other stuff. Forget I want to buy your house and being at the whim of the seller.
Right.
Because I can control the seller with the courts. I don't even need the seller's compliance. If I wanted to, I could take a house from a seller and they just have a tough time proving they own it. I digress. Okay. I digress. All right.
Not too much.
All right. So now we kind of have a general idea of what he owes based on a information sheet that we saw already. But we don't. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that's his address.
Yeah, this is him. This is him for sure. I already know it's him because I saved it here.
Okay.
So now, we already know what his situation is. We see his foreclosure date. The recording of the foreclosure list pendants was March 26th, right? And if I wanted to get more accurate numbers, because if I recall, he didn't know how much he owed. Did he, Terrell?
No.
This guy didn't know how much he owed. And this is where? West Palm Beach. I would go ahead and look up the list pendants in West Palm Beach. Did you have a chance to do that yet, T, or no?
No.
Okay. So if I needed more accurate numbers, guys, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Do I really want to do this right now? Yeah, okay, we'll do it. All right, guys. So bringing ultimate value. I'm going to show you guys with T here as well what you need to do to look up one of these friggin' foreclosures to get an idea on the numbers, right? So let's go here, and we're going to type in Palm Beach case search. Okay, guys. Okay, my Palm Beach clerk. Or the one is going to be one of these guys. I don't even know it off the top of my head because I'm usually in Broward County, right? Welcome to Palm Beach Records, official records, public search, right? So this might be official records, not the case search. We're looking for a case. Yeah, let's try it. So what's this gentleman's first name?
Jack.
I forgot. I can remember Jackie. I can't remember Dizard. So let's take the Dizard, drop that here, Control V, Dizard, last name, space, Jack. And let's just do a search and see if we find anything, folks. That was fucking fast. Look how quick we find stuff. So now let's separate this by date. Oh, this stands for judgment, right? Final judgment, probably. Summary judgment. Okay. This is another judgment.
Oh, that's recent. Damn.
Uh-huh.
No, I said that's recent.
I couldn't hear you, sorry.
No, I said that's recent.
Yeah, these are all recent. That's why I separated by the date here, right? This is the list pendants. I know this without having to click on it. And that even without the date, I knew it because it says LP. All right, so we found the right person. I think we found the right person, guys. So we're only interested in everything from here up. So let's just go right to this list pendants and click and see what's going on with this case. Oh, it's not the case search. It's going to get the image on the left. So this is official records. Official records records documents. So it's not going to show us the docket that we're looking for. Let's see. Be sure click the get image button. Which browser am I in? Do I not have the right one? Yeah. To the left. Yeah, so we're not worried about that. So the get image is right here. I'm going to show you guys what the PDF looks like, but that's not what I want to show you. It'll take a minute to generate this. Oh, but I'm going to show you the case search. This is not a case search. This was an official records search. Official records is where documents go to live forever.
Okay.
Right? It's not the case. This is just all the documents from the case, where they go once the case is over. They take them there and they record them and they live there. Now here's the case number and everything. Oh, case number's not there. Here's the case number up here, right? Peter B. Levy and Dale R. Levy, right? I'm not going to go into that. Jackie Dizard and Stacy Dizard. They could be brothers. That's why. So list pendants: Jackie Dizard, Stacy Dizard, and all others whom it may concern. Blah 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 blah. Right. So he's basically telling you, look, you're getting sued. Blah blah blah. But now what we're looking for is a case search. We want to find the actual case, not the public record of the documents. We want to see what the court is saying, right? E-case, let's try that one. My Palm Beach County E-case is looking good, folks. Click on a guest. Click I'm not a robot. Submit. Oh, case numbers and all that jazz, right? Let's go with name. We're gonna go with whoop. I know I put right here. Sorry, last name. I'm gonna put that there. Put that. And just put last name and first name is Jackie. J-A-C-K. That's all you got to do, guys, to try to find your cases, right? And quit being a moron. That's all you got to do. If the case, what's that?
No, I was talking to my daughter.
No search results. My Palm Beach County, Dizard, Jackie. Let's try Jackie. And sometimes it's fickle, right? I have it under exact name search, so it has to be exact, right? If I don't put it exactly the way it needs to be. Oh, look what happens when I put it when I spell it the right way. Amazing, right? I mean, I got their whole life in front of me, guys. Arrest records, criminal. Like, come on. How many Jackie Dizards do you think there are? I think it's pretty safe to see. Well, I mean, these are close. Good Lord. I shouldn't be doing this. Anyway, okay. Look at the date, right? You can see why he got a civil infraction. Let me stop. I'm going to stop. Let's just look at this case, right? Foreclosure, 50K, blah, blah. So this is the foreclosure. This is the actual case. And you see it's open. So now we can see all the events in the case. All right, Terrell, any questions? I haven't really let you get in here. Sorry, bro. I'm just in my mode.
No.
Any questions?
We good so far. I'm just watching.
But I need you to interact. So if you have a question, if you don't know, I need you there, right? Because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the fans who will see it after you, but it's also for you to learn. So forgive me, I get kind of in game mode sometimes, okay? So do you have any questions? You know how we got here?
Yeah. Case search.
Okay.
And sometimes I would just look up the official records. You know, you showed me kind of before how to look at it, but I didn't realize I had sometimes just go directly to the case so I can see exactly what's going on instead of going to the official records.
Right, because official records are all the documents that were filed in the case. That's where they go to live once the case is done. But what about while the case is going on, right? Everything is right next to the case. It's called a docket, right? And as you see in this menu here, you know, you have search criteria, search results, case info, party names, docket and documents, case fees, court events, right? So we already know we got the right person. We got the right filing date, right? We already got the parties' names. So they got an attorney. See, Keith Mizell is the name of the attorney for the levies. See that?
Right.
Now, I know I told you he's an attorney as well. So he could be lead counsel. He may not be an attorney. I'm pretty sure he's an attorney, but if not, he basically hires Mizell as lead counsel for him. But he is marked as the trustee, and depending on how he set up his trust, because it is private banking, he can go ahead and be considered the trustee to sue, just like I'm the trustee of my trust. But that's a lot. That being said, guys, here's Jackie Dizard. You notice she has no attorney. Stacy Dizard, no attorney. The judge, right? And look, here we are again. Dale Levy, plaintiff, and petitioner. Peter, plaintiff. So they have representation. And guess who doesn't have representation? The homeowners. They're in their butt naked in court.
Stacy's gone.
Huh?
I said Stacy's gone. She's not even.
Oh, she divorced? Okay, so Stacy's out of the picture. Stacy done left, and he's single now. But so he's butt naked in court, not even responding. So let's see what's going on here. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. All right. So look at the dates. We're only interested. First, let's go get the complaint, right? Ooh, Lord, Jesus, Lord. All right, let's go back to the top. Woo, that's a lot. I soaked up a woo. Yes, wow. All right. So here's a little key. It helps you guys, right? If you see this, it means it's public. I believe this means verification. A document is being processed for verification. That means in process. What's this one mean? Oh, viewable on request. Okay. So this is viewable on request. You have to request it. So let's go see what we got. So here's the simple cover we don't need. You're looking for the complaint. It's usually the biggest friggin' document that there is. Let's take a peep. You click the document. Look, it's downloaded to my computer. How lovely. And here we are, 16 pages. So we got the complaint. Let's just get right to the math on this shit. Wow, the mortgage was recorded in 2014. That's how we know we got the right one. Let's go look back at the transactions, guys. When did we say the mortgage was recorded? 2014, the exact date, right? Let's go back to the case. When was the mortgage recorded? We know we got the right people. You got that, T?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're just scrolling for the math, right? And the most important thing here, this was recorded how long ago, Terrell? Just the ballpark.
March.
Exact date. March. Boom. What day of March?
23rd.
And if you had to guess how many months ago that, what would you say?
3 months ago.
So within the last 90 days. So we're just looking to see what number they put on here, right? How much are they alleging that he owes? So, and they all, check this out. The default is, and look at number 7, the default is under the terms of the note and the mortgage for failure to make the payment due June 1st. So on June 1st, that's when he did the ultimate no-no.
Keeping payments, yeah.
Okay. Now I can go over all the other loopholes and crap like that. There we go. There is now due owing unpaid to the plaintiff herein the sum of $81,430. Principal of said note. That's the principal of the note. That means that's pretty much all he owes on the property. He only owes $81,000 on the property. Like, did I miss something here? Yes. No. It seems pretty accurate. What did I say? Well, this is how you cross-check the data. Terrell, give me some feedback. I need something. Talk to me.
No, I'm just a little confused too.
So talk. Man, you can't sit there and just be talk. What's the problem? What don't you get?
I see the 81,000, but
okay,
he took out a loan for 165,000, right?
Okay.
So I guess he paid the rest, and that's all he owed. He just haven't been making the payments.
Yes, love. I'm assuming he probably paid cash when he bought it.
Yeah.
Or whatever he got, whatever, or it was paid off or family transferred. Something happened. Because as you see, between these two people, you don't really see a cash transaction nowhere, except for maybe in 2008.
And no arm length transaction.
After that, it was an interfamily transfer. So that means he basically sold it to them. Again, unless I dig deeper, and I could, he basically sold it to him. That won't slide. Hold on. All right, so 165,000. Yeah. So he basically sold to him on owner financing for whatever reason, right? Or maybe he gave like we do, give him a loan. Say, look, I'm gonna give you a loan 135,000. Right? And you mess that up and come take the house, whatever, right? Maybe it was a private loan and get some property. We don't know.
Slip in.
What's that?
No, I say he found the opportunity to slip in and take it.
Yeah. So now, again, I don't want to lose you. It's important that you get this. Did you understand what I just did? I mean, you hit the nail on the head with what you said, so it sounds like you get it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just have to, once I start using the system more, cross-check the information.
So you understand how they got to the point where they think there's $200,000 worth of equity? Because if you looked at this amount, the value that they think they have, and then you subtract what he owes that we know of, you know, like I said, the estimate, you're about right where you want to be, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, can you understand why he wants to keep the house so bad?
Yeah, it's too much equity. It's almost paid off.
Okay. And then here he is, no auction yet, though, right?
No.
Does he have? I don't see. Oh, okay, so we can negotiate. We can negotiate with this Peter Levy. Okay. So this is a good lead. The question is, we got to put this guy in the right expectations because Peter's coming. And I'm just curious to see if he's. So I'm going to see if Peter is, if he's an attorney by Googling the phone number. Or you Google somebody's phone number, if they're doing any sort of advertising, it should pop up. Dale Levy, 74 years old, primary landline. You see how quick that is? What? Look at this. 4919 Pine Knot Lane, West Palm Beach. Look at the name that comes up when I put his phone number in.
Wow.
Look at that.
Control.
You see what I'm saying, folks? It's on cluster maps. Good Lord. All right. And what's the address that we have? That's not the address we're working on, is it? Oh, that's the same address. That's the address we're working on. I put his phone number, I put Peter's phone number in, and it pulled up their address. Okay. Like, come on. 49, like, that, come on. Like, it doesn't get any easier than that. Right? So, and then what else does he have? So 5640 Corporate Way. We're looking to see easily deliveries, truly edited, great tenants. Oh, so look, so here's where I guess he rented the property. And I'm trying to see it. 54 the corporate, great tenant, never late. Okay, so this is so I don't see anything pointing to him to be an attorney that I can see as yet. So it says attorney and trustee's name. He's probably just the trustee for the loan.
Yeah.
And he's not an attorney because normally it would have came up by then. I'm gonna do one last check just because I like to be really extremely thorough to give you guys great examples. So I'm gonna pull up this address and see what I see here. Is this a single family? What is this? Okay. Property records for Brockville Boulevard. Okay, yeah. So I don't think he's an attorney, guys. He's just a trustee of the trust. And because things went south, they have to alert the trustee and they put his name on there. Right? Okay, cool. So the reason why I'm excited, well, you know, it's not exciting, but it's a good lead. So I want you to put in your words, Terrell, before I break this down, why this is a good lead.
In layman terms, they got a lot of equity in it, man. That's really all it is. He's behind. Really don't know what to do. He doesn't have an attorney. And, you know, his income has been hurt from the information that I told you about. So it's a good lead because it's a lot of equity in the property.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so we get all that. How much equity do we think's in here?
Going on the prop stream?
No, based off of the simple math we've been doing. based off the simple math we've been, because I've been working with round numbers, and if you're up to speed, you should know the number.
We got 319 minus the
Doing too
85.
much. Just keep it simple. Round, man.
Leave
Keep it
it round.
simple.
319.
That's the value. What's the equity? You know the difference?
Oh, the equity left in the property. So it's
What's the equity?
200 something.
200. Yeah, about 200. That's it. Boom. Why are we looking at the equity? Because we don't care what the value is, because he's got shit he's got to pay off.
Right.
Right. We don't care what the value is. Once we know you got equity, we gotta look at, okay, what you got to pay off? That's it. What we got left? We got about 200 left, right? Give or take, right? So it's a great friggin' lead. Great lead. Now, what I want to do is let you ask any questions that you got to ask now about the approach. What's the play? Here's where you go through that right now. So I'm sure other people probably will have the same questions and other shit like.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any questions about the lead? What's a move there? What are your thoughts?
The approach, yeah, just basically how we're gonna approach them and the the options that we're gonna offer to try to help them.
Pretty simple, right? Hey, Mr. Levy, and you said his income's jacked too?
He didn't really disclose that. I just knew he had one income. It was two incomes on the property, so
All right.
it could have took a hit.
Okay, so we got to get him an analysis of his income.
Okay.
Because the first thing we have to do once we realize the person needs help is give him an analysis of their income. Okay. So are we going to call him now? How do you want to do this? Later? Do you think he's ready for a call? Well, where did you leave it when you spoke with him? How did you just?
I told him we'll send him some information and we'll get back to him in a couple of days. So it's been a day since I spoke to him.
Okay. In an effort to help you, I want you to be more assertive about your appointment. Say, listen, I'm going to call you tomorrow at 3:00.
Okay.
Because
I didn't go through the information, so that was a reason why I didn't call him back. I just, when I get the lead, I kind of pass him off to you and let you.
No, I know. But when you say you didn't go over the information, like you read, you pitched him, you got the lead sheet done, but you didn't really take him to the financial analysis, right? You didn't say, okay, all right.
I asked about income, what happened. He told me he lost his job. Okay. His wife left, and it was kind of a tough time, so I got that from it.
Okay, cool. So let's look at the play on here, guys, right? This is great. So this guy is in dire straits. A house that has well over, let's say a house has, at least $200,000 in equity, give or take, right? A couple of grand. We don't know condition wise, but we think it's okay. He needs a new roof and AC, you said? Is this the same guy?
No.
No, not him? Okay.
He told me they did the kitchen and put in new windows.
So he said they put a kitchen and new windows. Okay, cool. He's only had the property for 7 years. Okay. So he did buy it in 2014. There was another transaction. Okay, cool. Let me see something real quick. The taxes are in whose name? They're in his. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's a great lead. You have about $200,000 worth of equity on the lead. We got to explain to the gentleman how we're going to help him, because we're not there to buy his damn house. If I wanted, I'll buy your house. I could, but why? Why would I do that? I want to buy, and it's probably easier. Yeah, look, I'm going to buy it. There's nothing you can do, and keep pressure on the guy. But we're here to help people, man. Right? So we're just going to say, hey, man, this guy, unless he has income or whatever, we'll try to tell him to get a modification. If you can't get a modification, hey, man, you need to sell. We'll give you I'll give him a modification myself. Right? You won't even have to pay a mortgage anymore. There's so many ways to take down this property other than just buying it from the guy. I can pay off I can have the loan reinstated just by negotiating with the mortgage company. Once I have the loan reinstated by negotiating with the mortgage company, I can just charge him rent to pay me directly. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's beautiful.
Right, so there's so many ways out of this lead, other than, you know, what the normal gurus, the bullshit they sell you. Oh, I gotta lock it up with the contract and sell it in 7 days, or risk going to jail for fraud and inducement, right? Because you're telling people you're gonna buy, you ain't got a penny in your bank account to buy it. Like most of these cats that are doing it, they don't got no money.
I didn't feel right doing that in the beginning either, though. That's
because it's fraud. You had no way to close
your house, and I don't have the money.
Yeah, now it's all about what you say. If somebody educates a person the proper way, you could easily just say, "Hey, listen, I want to bring your deal over to my finance department to see if I can get it approved for a purchase." Problem solved. But because the gurus got control of everybody's brains, I'm a cash buyer. Who's cash? Right?
Yeah.
So that's it for this lead. The next step pretty much is really simply just to call the gentleman, give him a pitch and see what he says. 2 ways we can do that. We can go off of air and call the guy. You can call him on your phone, put on speaker. What do you want to do? I would recommend we call him now instead of waiting, because there's no reason to sit on a lead. I don't care what they've told you. Unless you've gotten all the information, you got them totally qualified, and they're like, yeah, 3 o'clock tomorrow, that's perfect. But if you end the call and you're just like, I'll reach out to you in a couple of days. And like, all right, cool, sounds good. No urgency was set. You know what I mean? No urgency set by you. They don't take it as serious because you didn't set the urgency high. You just made it seem like,
right,
a few days, right? If you're bleeding out your nose and you have cerebral hemorrhaging, you call 911. They say, a couple of days. We'll get there a couple of days. That doesn't seem like that doesn't seem very urgent, right?
Right. That's what's happening.
These people, this man, right now he's cool because he doesn't have an auction on his house, but it's a private lender. These guys know how to work the courts like me to make a foreclosure happen like that. Mm-hmm. It's a private dude who's using an attorney to foreclose on you directly, who's not governed by the government. They don't have to follow the rules that these bigger banks follow. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Right.
All right. So that's what we'll do. We'll give this guy a call.
Okay.
And depending on how it goes, we'll upload, what we discussed with the gentleman or what have you, if he answers or whatever. So in short, the only thing I would do at this point, now that I priced out the lead, I don't care about anything else because the lead's flawless. I don't know West Palm Beach like the back of my hand, but I know there's not much poor in West Palm Beach, right? Not saying that there's not poor neighborhoods over there, but you're in West Palm, you got houses and pools and stuff, you're pretty much okay, right? So I'm gonna do a quick neighborhood walk just to see what it looks like in the neighborhood. Cookie cutter, right? Look at the house. Looks pretty nice to me. It almost looks like it's been taken care of pretty darn well, depending on how old that picture is. Mm-hmm. Got some big pines up there, a little palm. Let's look at the other houses. All right, looks like they got a nice HOA because everybody's grass is cut nice and low. Except for this guy who's in foreclosure. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so I did a little neighborhood walk. Neighborhood looks okay. So let's call this guy. We'll end the stream here. Appreciate you hanging out, T. Getting this priced. Do you have any questions about this at all?
No. Not at all.
Okay. So in closing on this, guys, right? Just want to show you one other thing. Hold on, I think it has an HOA in here as well. Yeah. So the HOA. Oh no info. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's it. So yeah, that's it, folks. I was going to try to show you one other thing, but I think I'll just say that for another video. Okay. Sorrel, say bye to the folks. I'm gonna call this guy, or I'll call you, and then we'll call this guy through the system.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, folks. Take care. Please like, subscribe, whatever you guys got to do. Go down YouTube. Do whatever you got to do. Boom. Hit you up in a second, T.
All right.
All right. Okay.